Hey everyone, today we're taking a look at Trash Goblins from Spilt Milk Studios. Now the game basically is a combination of various, simple phone puzzle games, as well as bringing in a fantasy world and kind of mixing in just some general mechanics from other simulation type games. Now, as the goblin, you are tasked with basically running a trinket shop where you are taking old trinkets, cleaning them, repairing them, and then selling them to members of the town, and eventually building up your reputation between each of those groups so that way you can actually earn more money as you go. Now, I haven't played long enough to get to the end game, so I don't really know the final direction of the game, but everything does seem to be pretty well centered around your little trinket shop and working and sleeping and basically cleaning. And that's more or less your life. And so sometimes you'll get a villager that is looking for a specific type of trinket you might not have, and so some of those you can send away to then return later on. Others, you will already have the trinket or will basically pull it from the sack pretty soon after and then get it cleaned up and then sell it. Now, obviously, these buyers will pay more for a clean item versus a non-clean item, and the expectation for most of them is that you give them a clean one. However, there are some that will explicitly tell you that it has to be clean, implying that others will accept it without it being clean. Now, when you're cleaning the trinkets, the mechanics, you're using a sponge, but it's very much like playing Power Washing Simulator, except for you actually have full control over the angles of the piece you're looking at, so you can just completely rotate in it instead of having to move yourself around. And you're using a sponge instead of a sprayer. The chiseling mechanic, basically you're just knocking out blocks, and then it comes together once you reveal only the blocks that cannot be removed. And then the piece that puts things back together allows you to do so. Now, it is very much just very mechanic heavy. So I can see the game being one that you can find yourself getting lost in just by playing the mechanics over and over and losing several hours without realizing it. But for me, I felt the game was adorable. It was just sweet. All ages friendly storyline, environments, mechanics, overall gameplay. I just found it to be a bit too tedious overall. I could find myself playing it when I just need something simple to kind of lose myself in, but not something that I could see myself being super excited to play either. But overall, it was well put together, well designed. It was just too heavy on the mechanics and not enough on the actual story itself or any sort of action components to keep people like myself truly engaged. But that's it for today. Thank you guys, as always, for watching, and thank you to Spilt Milk for sharing this with us, and we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks.